Today we will discuss Introduction to Vector Calculus. But what is vector calculus? Vector calculus is the branch of mathematics which deals with the studies of vectors. These are the physical quantities having both magnitude and velocity. For example, force, displacement, these are considered as the vectors. You studied all these factors in your PUC. I'm just rewinding those things. The physical quantity having only magnitude but not the direction is called as the scalar. Time, temperature, mass, speed, these are considered as the scalar quantities. Here magnitude is the length of the physical quantity. Vectors, it is a physical quantity which is having both magnitude and direction, and vector quantity are always represented by the directed line segment symbolized by an arrow pointing in the direction of the vector quantity. These are always represented in this form, which is a representation of the vector A. And also you know what is zero vector. Zero vector is the physical quantity or the vector whose magnitude is 0. Unit vector is the vector whose magnitude is unity or 1. Next concept is unit vector. Unit vector is denoted by the a cap, and it is defined as a cap is equal to vector A divided by the magnitude of the vector A. It is defined in this way. Next concept is dot product, or it is also called as the scalar product of the vectors. If A and B are two vectors, then the dot product of vector A, which is I have taken it as a1i plus a2j plus a3k, where I, j, k represents the unit vector along the x, y and z axis respectively, and B is equal to b1i plus b2j plus b3k, then the dot product or the scalar product of the two vectors, vector A dot vector B, it is defined as a1 into b1 plus a2 into b2 plus a3 into b3. Why it is so? Why we are getting the dot product of the two vectors as a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3? I will tell it while defining its properties. Now, if theta is the angle between the two vectors, here this is my vector A along the x-axis and this is my vector B along the y-axis, and theta is the angle between these two vectors where the value of theta lies between 0 and pi. Then in terms of theta, dot product or the scalar product of two vectors is defined as vector A dot vector B, which is equal to mod of the vector A into mod of the vector B into cos theta. Why we have to take cos theta while defining the dot product of the two vectors means in the dot product we will measure how parallel the two vectors are, because cos of 0 is 1 and cos of 90 it is 0. Here we don't require the perpendicular axis, but while defining the cross product of the two vectors we need the perpendicular axis. Therefore, we have to take cos theta while defining the dot product or the scalar product of the two vectors, because cos of 0 is 1. Next concept is properties of dot product. We know that vector A dot vector B, which is equal to magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector B into cos theta. We want cos theta which is equal to vector A dot vector B whole divided by mod of the vector A into mod of the vector B. Second property is vector A dot vector B, which is equal to vector B dot vector A. Here the commutative law holds good. Next, third property is vector A dot vector B, which is equal to 0 if and only if vector A is perpendicular to vector B. This is also called as the condition of perpendicularity or the condition of orthogonality, because here cos of 90 is 0. That's why we are getting vector A dot vector B, which is equal to 0. Then we say that vector A is perpendicular to vector property I dot I which is equal to j dot j which is equal to k dot k which is equal to 1, and I dot j which is equal to j dot k which is equal to k dot I which is equal to 0. This is because here the two vectors are parallel to each other. We know that cos of 0 is 1. That's why we are getting the answer as 1. Here the two vectors are perpendicular to each other, and we know that cos of 90 is 0. Therefore the resultant is 0. Fifth property, if vector A is equal to a1i plus a2j plus a3k and vector B is equal to b1i plus b2j plus b3k, then the dot product of the two vectors is taken as dot product of vector A into dot product of vector B. Here a1 into b1 I dot I, the value is 1, plus a1 into b2 into I dot j, this value is 0, plus a1 into b3 into I dot k, which is nothing but 0. 0 into anything is 0. Again we are getting the answer 0, plus a2 into b1 into j dot I, which is again 0. 0 into anything is 0, plus a2 into j plus b2 into j. J dot j is value is 1. Therefore we are getting the answer a2 into b2. So on doing the same thing, plus last term is a3 into k plus b3 into k. K dot k is value is 1. Therefore we are getting the answer a3 into b3. Therefore the vector dot product of the two vectors a dot b, which is equal to a1 into b1 plus a2 into b2 plus a3 into b3. Sixth property, that is distributive property, vector a dot b plus c which is equal to a dot b plus a dot c. Here also the distributive law holds good. Seventh property, dot product of the same vector a is equal to square of the mod of the vector a. Next concept is vector or the cross product of the two vector. If vector A is equal to a1i plus a2j plus a3k and vector B is equal to b1i plus b2j plus b3k be the two vectors, then the cross product of these two vectors is defined as cross product of vector A with respect to vector B, which is equal to under the 3 cross 3 determinant. First row is ijk, where ijk represents the unit vectors along the x, y and z axis respectively. a1, a2, a3 are the components of the vector A. b1, b2, b3 are the components of the vector B. If theta is a angle between the two vectors A and B as shown in the figure, this is my vector A, this is my vector B. Theta is the angle between the vectors A and B. A cap represents the perpendicular axis, which is called as the unit vector, which is perpendicular to both vector A and B. It is actually three-dimensional structure. Here this perpendicular axis represents the unit vector n cap, and this is my vector A, this is my vector B. Here the angle between the two vectors is represented as the theta. This unit vector is also perpendicular to my vector A because the angle between these two vectors is 90 degree. And n cap is also perpendicular to vector B because the angle between the vector B and the unit vector is 90 degree. Therefore n cap is a unit vector which is perpendicular to both vector A and vector B. Therefore in terms of theta, the cross product of the two vectors is defined as cross product of A and B, which is equal to magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector B into sin theta into unit vector n cap. Properties of a cross product. Here sin theta is equal to cross product of the two vectors A and B divided by the magnitude of the vector A into magnitude of the vector B. Here n cap is considered as a unit vector having the magnitude as unity. Therefore it is taken as 1. Second property is commutative property. Here the commutative property does not holds good because cross product of two vectors A and B is not equal to the cross product of the two vectors B and A. Here cross product of the two vectors A and B, which is equal to minus of the cross product of the two vectors B and A. Fourth property, the cross product of two vectors A and B is 0 if and only if vector A is parallel to vector B, because sign of 0 is equal to 0. Because in cross product we measure how perpendicular the two vectors are. If their cross product is 0, then we say that two vectors are parallel to each other. Fifth property, I cross I, which is equal to j cross j, which is equal to k cross k, which is equal to 0, because sign of 0 is equal to 0. And I cross j, which is equal to unit vector k, j cross k, which is equal to unit vector I, k cross I is equal to unit vector j, because these are moving in the cyclic order. The cross product of I and j is unit vector k, the cross product of j and k is unit vector I, and the cross product of k and I is unit vector j. If they are moving in the anticlockwise direction, by the property number 3 we have j cross I, which is equal to negative of the unit vector k, and k cross j is equal to negative of the unit vector I, and I cross k is equal to negative of the unit vector j, because by the property 3 we know that cross product of two vectors A and B, which is equal to negative of the term cross product of two vectors B and E. We know that I cross j is equal to unit vector k. Similarly, j cross I is equal to unit vector minus k. Seventh property, A cross B plus C is equal to A cross B plus A cross C. Here also the distributive law holds good. Next concept is scalar triple product. It is defined as the dot product of one of the vectors with the cross product of the other two. That is, if A, B and C are the three vectors, then the scalar triple product of these three vectors is given by the dot product of A with the cross product of B and C, which is defined under the 3 cross 3 determinant. A1, A2, A3 are the components of the vector A, B1, B2, B3 are the components of the vector B, C1, C2, C3 are the component of the vector C. Scalar triple product is also called as the mixed product because we are using here dot product as well as the cross product of the two vectors. Properties of a scalar triple product. Scalar triple products are unchanged under the circular shift. Here A dot B cross C, which is equal to B dot C cross A, which is equal to C dot A cross B. These are moving in the cyclic order or in the clockwise direction. After the A, B will come. Here B cross C. After the B, C will come, and after the C, A will come, and so on. Therefore, the value is unchanged under the circular shift. Second property, A dot B cross C, which is equal to A cross B dot C. Without changing the position of the operands, I am keeping the position of A, B and C as it is, and swiping the position of the operators leaves the triple product unchanged. Here I am swapping the position of the operators. That is, I am just changing the position of the dot, and the cross product leaves the triple product unchanged. Third property, vectors A, B and C are said to be coplanar if the scalar triple product of these three vectors is 0. Fourth property, A dot B cross C, which is equal to minus of A dot C cross B, because by the property of the cross product we know that B cross C is equal to minus of C cross B. Taking the minus sign outside, we will get minus of A dot C cross B.